Guys, we got the ball with 1:52 left, down 21. I don't know if we're going to be able to come back in this game, to be honest with you. I was worried in the first half, not this worried. We're down 21 to New Mexico State. All respect to Jerry Kill and Diego Pavia and all those guys over there. They just completely and utterly walked into our stadium and whooped our ass. I mean, the stadium is clearing right now. That should tell you exactly. And it's not a good way. It's not in a good way. They're not going to the bars to celebrate. They're going to the bars to drink themselves half to death. Because we just lost by 21 to New Mexico State. This is on the coaching staff. And we can talk about how bad the players played. But at the end of the day, it's the coach's job to get the kids ready, right? You have to get these kids to take it seriously. And I know he preached all week about taking this game seriously. Obviously. I'm sure he did. And I'm sure that he talked all week about how important this game was, how important it was to not look ahead, and how important everything else about that was. But at the end of the day, you have to get them ready. There is no option. There is no, well, I told them this was a scary game. I told them blah, 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 blah. We got out-coached, out-played, out-physicaled, out-everything. I don't honestly think we did anything better than them today, to be completely honest with you. And 21 points in New Mexico State. I could see a scare at the end of the game. They just hit a crazy deep ball and they kick a field goal to win the game. Like, people saying this is our UL Monroe. Alabama did not get their ass whooped by UL Monroe by over 20 points. This is awful. Okay, so the main issues with the game were everything, but the main issue was the defense. Allowing 34 minutes of time of possession, I think it was. Or more at this point. I mean, I didn't check it after that last drive, but allowing that much difference in time of possession is insanity. And we just got sacked. That is completely and totally ungodly terrible. Terrible. I mean, really. Now, the offense didn't give them any help, but it's New Mexico State. These guys were not highly recruited coming out of high school. This wasn't a... Okay, and we just gave them the ball back. Jesus, dude. This is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Now, it's not as bad as if this happened in like year 3. This is year 1, and that should be looked at. On the recruiting front, I don't think this affects it much, to be honest. I mean, in this world, I don't think this would affect recruiting all that much. Now, check out the Cam Coleman updates tonight on your favorite website, whether it be 247 on 3 Rivals. Make sure you look for that. But, I mean, in this world, I don't really know if this matters that much. I think it's more of a plea for help because this, dude, we got our ass kicked. Now, on to the Iron Bowl because I want to talk about that. Definitely want to talk about that. I don't know if this means that we should just chalk it up as an absolute blowout. That sounds insane. We just lost by 21 to New Mexico State. But in this world, in college football, rarely does the same team show up the week before as they do the week after unless they're just complete and total turmoil. Right? We had an awful game against Missouri last year. Came back up the next week and was up 17 on the SEC West champions. Now, am I confident? Absolutely not. If I was to put out a betting line right now, I'd put it at like 13.5. But I definitely expect it to still be a dogfight next week, unless these guys just completely check out and they're like, who cares about the Iron Bowl? But I do expect a dogfight next week in the Iron Bowl, and I am still excited about that. I still do think it's going to be a great day for recruiting. It's going to be a great day for competition. Congrats to Jerry Kill. He's doing the post-game presser right now. Not the presser. Post-game interview. I mean, dude. And on to the quarterback thing. You have to get a transfer now, dude. I mean, this is bad. Peyton was holding on to the ball too long. Now, obviously, the offensive line was getting their ass kicked, but even when they weren't, he was rolling out. And he was just playing like a scared man. And it was weird because he'd do that, and then he'd scramble out, and he'd take a shot, which, tough kid for taking those hits, but why are you crumbling in the pocket? These guys are like 8 pounds that are hitting you. But, I mean, I am still optimistic, weirdly enough, and it hurts for sure. actually, it hurts less now than it did watching it. There was a pit in my stomach. I was holding on to this dude like my life depended on it. You guys like my sleep pants? I was holding on to that dude the entire time. Sorry for the floor. I got to sweep and mop and stuff. But kinfolk, don't kill yourselves, because next week we could still be in for a great week of football. Be sure, definitely drop in the comments your feelings, and I will try and be your therapist for this. I'm going to go probably drink a little bit because, you know, what else am I going to do, dude? I mean, this is sad and depressing. I'm going to be y'all's therapist in the comment section. Let me know y'all's feelings. War Eagle.